My name is Tim Semelroth, and I'm an attorney at RSH Legal. The death of a loved one is heartbreaking. It can be even more difficult to face when you suspect that your loved one died because of another's fault. Sometimes it's difficult to get through all the anger and sadness and grief to make a good decision about whether to file a wrongful death case. If you have a question about whether to pursue a wrongful death case in Iowa, it is always best to consult with an experienced Iowa wrongful death attorney. You can decide whether that step is worth your time by considering these two questions. 1. Can you prove that someone else was at fault for your loved one's death? To bring a successful wrongful death claim, you must first prove that your loved one died because someone else was legally at fault. Unless your loved one died because of an intentional act, you will typically have to prove that the at-fault party was negligent. Iowa law defines negligence as someone doing something that they reasonably should not have done, or someone failing to do something that they reasonably should have done. In other words, a person is negligent if they failed to act reasonably under the circumstances. The burden of proving negligence is on the person who brings the lawsuit. Number 2, can you prove that someone else's fault caused the death of your loved one? Not only must you prove that your loved one died because of negligence, but you must also prove that there was a causal link between the fault and your loved one's death. For example, in a medical malpractice situation, it is not enough to prove that a doctor made a preventable medical error. You must also prove that the patient's death was caused by the medical error. Now, many types of bad behavior can cause a wrongful death, including a drunk driver who causes a fatal crash, a construction worker who's careless and doesn't pay attention and kills somebody else on the job, or a pharmacist who gives the customer the wrong drug. To succeed in an Iowa wrongful death case, an attorney must be an expert both in the law governing the behavior that caused the death, like car accident law or construction accident law or medical malpractice law, but they must also be an expert in Iowa wrongful death law. We have experience in all of these types of cases. If you have questions about a potential Iowa wrongful death case, call RSH Legal at 1-800-433-0283 and speak with one of our attorneys.